It's Mrs. Buska, and we're back. We're going to be drawing some winter hats since it's been pretty cold outside. Um, what you're going to need to have ready is a pencil or something to draw with and a piece of paper. So I'm going to do my drawing with a Sharpie marker just so you could see it on the document camera. So here I have my paper ready to begin. Now notice I'm holding my paper the tall way. We call that portrait way or the vertical way. I'm not holding it sideways, the horizontal or the landscape way. That won't fit my hat very well. So I'm going to hold my drawing material. I'm using my Sharpie. And I'm going to go near the top of my paper in the middle. And I'm thinking of a circle, that pom-pom area of the hat. But I want to make my top of my hat look a little fluffy. So I'm going to add a certain line you might recognize. Do you remember what this line is called? It's called a bumpy line. So I'm going to go in a circular manner near the top. I'm going to draw a bumpy line that goes around the pom-pom area of my hat. All right. So then I have to make the main body of my hat. So on the left side over here, I'm going to go in a little from the pom-pom and I'm going to make a curve that goes out a little bit. And I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to go on the other side around the same spot and I'm going to make a curve that goes in the opposite direction. I've left some empty space here. This is the rim of the hat or the fold over area of your winter hat. I'm going to draw a long oval, pretty big. Okay. Now notice I'm filling up most of my paper with my hat. That would be good for you to do because you'll get to fill many patterns and designs inside of it. So then the next thing you're going to want to do is you might notice I have a thicker line around the edge of my hat. So I went around and I traced it twice with the black Sharpie just to give it a nice thick edge which will make everything pop once I start adding my colors and patterns. Okay, so you're going to want to, if you want. Now you're doing this with pencil right now. Later, after I'm done with this video, you're going to want to trace everything with Sharpie. So when you get to that point, or a black marker, when you get to that point after you're done drawing in pencil, you're going to want to trace over carefully your pencil lines because the nice dark outline will make your colors stand out later on when you choose to add those colors. Okay. All right. So then after that, I'm going to divide my hat into some spaces so that I can add some patterns. I'm going to draw a horizontal line across. Again. I'm going to do it about 3 or 4 times. I think one more will be good here. Okay, and that will give me plenty of space to work and add some patterns. So now I'm going to think of some patterns I can add. What do I like? Do I like lines? Do I like shapes? Whatever you like. So I'm going to start by this row. I'm going to add some diagonal lines repeated. Okay, I'm done with that row. Maybe I'll move on to some zigzags. And maybe I'm going to do some zigzags that repeat so that I can add some many colors. All right, and I'm also adding partial zigzags where it goes to the edge. And maybe I'm going to add a shape I hadn't thought of before, maybe some snowflakes. If you'd like to add some snowflakes, here's how. So if you draw an X and then you draw a line across the middle, you're almost good. You can then draw little V's or little dots to complete your snowflakes. So I think I will draw another one here. So these have the little V's on the ends. If you don't like the V's but you prefer to add the dots, you can add some dots like that. All right, so we've got some snowflakes. And then finally, I think I'm going to add some wavy lines that repeat. And I can't forget about this area of my hat. Maybe I'll add some checkerboard lines. So I'm going to draw some vertical lines. Followed by some horizontal lines. Okay, so I think I'm in good shape. Now I want to start thinking about the background. I want to add some more patterns to my background, as you can see here. So I'm going to divide the space up. I'm going to draw some lines coming out from the hat to the edge of the paper. So here's a diagonal. I'm going to go down a bit. You don't want too many of them. Here's another diagonal out to the edge. Actually, that was more horizontal. Another diagonal. Diagonal. Then another one. I'll do one more. So now I'm going to fill up the background space with some patterns as well. So maybe I would like to do some polka dots. If you remember, polka dots are circles that repeat. So I'm going to, here's a part one, peeking in the background of this one, same here. I'm going to make smaller polka dots. And I hope you're noticing, like I just said, some of my circle shapes go off the edge so it looks like it continues. Now maybe I will move on to some vertical stripes. Okay. So you're going to fill that whole background with patterns. Now you're very welcome to repeat the patterns if you'd like or create new ones. It's completely up to you. I'm going to leave you to do the rest of this space, but your task is to fill the rest of the space with more patterns. Once you're done doing that, you would then put your pencil down. You would take a Sharpie or a black marker and trace around your edges so that when you add color, your colors will pop out. And then after that, you'll erase any pencil marks that show. All right, enjoy, artists. We'll be ready for the next part soon.